Hello, Monarchs. Welcome to the third video for lesson 2.1. We are still solving one-step equations. After the last video, we left off on example 1G, so that's what we're getting started for the third video here. So for example 1G, we have negative 3x equals 1. So we have to first recognize what operation is being performed here. Since our number is right next to our variable, we know that our operation that is taking place is going to be multiplication. Okay, this negative 3 is multiplying my x. So I need to think, what's the opposite of multiplication? All right, well, I know that's division. Okay, so I need to do the opposite of multiplying that x. I need to divide negative 3 on both sides of the equals sign. Okay, so I'm going to draw my line. Then I'm going to divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. Okay, negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1, so that cancels out. Going to bring down my x and my equals sign, okay, because that's all I'm left with is this x and this equals sign. And then we can just leave this in fraction form since it would be a decimal. But since it's a positive and a negative, we know it's going to be negative. So we get our answer as x equals negative 1/3. Okay, so I just recognized that this negative 3 was multiplying my x, so I need to divide because the opposite of multiplication is division. Okay. So let's look at example 2. We are translating the verbal models, so translating the words into numbers. All right, so verbal model into an algebraic equation, and then we are solving. Okay, so we're just going one step further. We're translating the words into numbers, and then we are solving. What I want you guys to pay attention on these, though, is this word is, all right? This word is will always mean equals, okay? So anytime we see is, we know that's where our equals sign is going to go, okay? So above all of those, I'm going to put an equals sign where I see the word is, okay? Because I know that's where my equals sign goes, and I need that equals sign to be able to solve it, okay? All right, let's look at number 2a. It says 5 times a number is 35. So I know that I have 5, then I have times, okay? And then when we use a number, let's use x, okay? And then I have is 35, okay? So I'm not gonna write out 5 times x, I'm just gonna put 5x because we know if there's a number attached to our variable, we are doing multiplication. So now I have 5x equals 35. Okay, but I'm not done. I need to solve this now. So this 5 is multiplying my x. So I need to divide both sides of the equation by 5. Okay, so I'm going to divide by 5 here, divide by 5 here. Okay, so I'm dividing by 5 on both sides because that 5 is multiplying my x, right? So I do the opposite, and the opposite of multiplication would be division. 5 divided by 5 would cancel out. That's 1. 35 divided by 5 is 7, so x equals 7, okay? So these ones, we just take it one step further. After we change the numbers to words, or the words to numbers rather, my mistake. After we change the words to numbers, we just solve the equation, okay? So let's do this one in a different color. We have 4 less than a number is 12, okay? So I know I have 4. I know that when it says less than, I'm going to be doing subtraction, and we'll use x. But remember our big rule. Anytime we see more than or less than, we have to switch the position of our variable and our constant. So we're going to switch the position of these two. So instead of 4 minus x, I will have x minus 4, and then I have equals, because that's what is means, and 12. Okay, so I want to say, how can I get that 4 to the other side, that negative 4, because I want my x by itself. So I have to know the opposite of a negative, or the opposite of subtraction is a positive or addition. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Okay. So I end up with x equals negative 4 plus 4 is 0. I end up with x equals 16. Okay. So that is the third video for lesson 2.1. I will have one more short video where we do the rest of the examples, then I'll have a homework help video as well. Thank you.